Right, welcome back to a brand new video of the Targeted Individual Program. Let me tell you something. I slept, and I got over here yesterday, got something to eat, and I slept the entire rest of the day. I woke up around after 11, I think it was like 11:30, and I went back to bed around 3 o'clock, and I was so, I was up for 20 some, no, more than 24 hours, right? I was up, just kidding. I was up for more than 24 hours, probably about 30 hours or so of being up. Right? I've actually stayed up for 2 days once, because my insomnia was so bad at one point. But all this remote neural monitoring, being hit with microwave and radio wave frequency, and remote neural monitoring, it takes does a lot. Does a lot. If you go and you read there's a PDF document. There's one from 1971 or 72, and there's a much more recent one from 2009 or 2010. It's called the effect of the electromagnetic spectrum on the human body. The respective microwave and radio wave frequency on the human body. You can Google both terms, right? And in there, it gives you a chart, and it tells you that people who work in radio stations, they suffer from insomnia. They suffer from also psychological issues, right? Also, military personnel who work in the communication field, setting up antenna radios, stuff like that. They also suffer from insomnia and also from psychological issue after a few years of working in those fields. So there's a direct correlation. There's certain things that the government hides from us because they don't want us to know, right? And particularly when it comes to cell phone. And this is why I tell anybody, if you have children under the age of 12, they should not have a cell phone. Okay? And I know, particularly in our community, black community, we love to let television raise our kids, or we love to let, social media, YouTube, and stuff raise our kids. But this is what happens, right? So, because of the negative effect of radio wave and microwave frequency, particularly in the form of a cell phone, even for us adults, we were the first, my generation, I should say, were the first to actually, when the cell phone just came out, in terms of, the smallness of it, how they roll it out in mass, whereas before, it was very exclusive to only certain types of people, certain group of people. If you have the money, you could do it. Remember, they used to have phones in your car, right? Since the 1970s, okay? So obviously, wireless communication, particularly with the telephone, has been around for a long time, right? But what they've done, again, is to shrink it into the form of which we have it now, right? And, this is more, it's more wireless communication that's also more in tune within the handset and our minds, right? Because before, when you had wireless cell phones, it was like more for like emergencies, all right? You didn't need to spend hours and hours on your phone. When these phones first came out, right, we used to have these phones close to in our ears for hours. And these phones used to get hot. They used to run very, very hot. All right, so imagine the damage that it has done. Okay, now I forgot the doctor name who the telephone companies had hired to do research before they rolled this out to the masses, and he recommended that they should not do this because of the harm that it caused to the human body, particularly the human brain. And They actually buried his report and literally tried to discredit him. You know, so again, it's just like the other scientist, the black scientist, forgot his name also. You know, but he was hired by the pharmaceutical companies to do research on, there's aspartame, something like that. You know, some what do you call it? Pesticide. It's a pesticide. And what he found out was that, you know, that this chemical, particularly within frogs, it changes the sex of frogs. Okay. Not also that, but a lot of even the male frogs, even though they had you know, a male anatomy, but they also had female ovaries, right? And some of the female frogs who had, you know, female frog, they had the male anatomy, right? Sexual anatomy. And they tried to destroy this man's life too. So anybody, any scientist who tells the truth, right, we know that they will try to destroy you. Just like if you whistleblower telling the truth about corruption within the U.S. government or within any huge companies, pharmaceutical company, financial industry, what have you, you know, they will destroy your life, right? Because this is what they do. So again, we must be, for those of us who do these, who do this, you know, we understand the risk and we accept it. Talk to you guys in the next video.